Yo, what is up guys, it's me, Esleys Gaming, back with another video. In this video I wanna quickly go over the topic, over the devblog that Ankama released last week about the idle changes that they are planning and possibly the achievement changes when it comes to resource gain. A lot of people reached out to me asking me what I was thinking about this update, especially because they think achievement teams will be changed completely. It will possibly not be even possible to do them anymore after these changes, but since nothing is confirmed yet, let's go over the devblog in this video and I will give you my thoughts on the possible update that is coming to the game probably this summer, and give you my thoughts. Before starting out this video real quick, I want to go over my Twitter. So for those of you who don't know yet, I recently made a Twitter account for my YouTube channel. So if you haven't followed me yet, hit me up with a follow. I will be posting updates regarding my YouTube channel. We'll be posting the videos when they come out, as well as updating you on the progress of some videos that I have planned. So hit me up with a follow if you haven't already, and let's go over the devblog. My idol, my passion, my pain. So a couple of years ago, Ankama already told us they were not pleased with how the idols and the XP in the game worked. They did a couple of changes over the past couple of years, like the anomaly changes where they reviewed how the XP works, how the drop rates works. I think they even last year changed some of the drop rate aspects where some of it is more fixed and idols will impact it less. But I don't have all the information regarding that completely, because at the time of releasing those updates, I was only focusing on the Infinite Dreams and not on regular PVM or idols or anything like that. So let's go over these changes. So basically what they are saying, when they released the idols in June 2015, so that's over 8 years ago, the idea was to make the gameplay more fun and difficult, like having the dungeon achievements and all that kind of stuff. But they also wanted to give us some kind of reward, so basically the idols gave increased XP and drop rates. But the increase in XP and drop rates resulted basically in people abusing the idols, choosing idol compositions which were basically not even making the game harder. For example, using the Josh's idols, but being able to blitz monsters or just fighting in close combat made it so you are basically not in like any difficult situation at all, but you were still getting the increased rewards. So over the past couple of years they did change some idol combination where they were giving less bonuses, but even still, like if you look at it, like for example Nidus, people are playing with certain idol comps, just playing with a Kra team, they are not getting hit at all, so basically there are no idols. Same goes for like XP strats in like Elysial Souls, for example. If people just kill every mob on turn 1, there's no idle effects at all pretty much, and people are still getting massive XP bonuses and drop rates, and that is resulting in the average prices of all of the resources in the entire game to go completely down. Like we'll go over the achievements in a second as well, because that's affecting it a little bit too. But people grinding, for example, Queen of Thieves, it's not as popular anymore now because Ankama changed a couple of the monsters. But before, like the Queen of Thieves boss mats, they were like 10 KK for a stack of 10. They were like 1 KK each at some point. Not worth anything. So people who are doing regular PVM, they could not even make any kamas off of the resources because the prices were so low because of the XP grinds that were going on over there. So yeah, Ankama wanted to change something about that, and that's this devblog pretty much about. So here they say they want to completely dispose of the idol system completely. And a lot of people, of course, are afraid that we will be losing our achievement point progress. So if you look in the game, every single dungeon in the game has a 200 idol score achievement and one lower score as well. So that's 20 achievement points for every single dungeon. So I don't know from the top of my head how many dungeons there are in the game, but I'm pretty sure it's between 1000 and 1500 points that we will be losing if they completely remove the idle system. If they do that, they are planning to rebalance the drop rates of anything probably in the game, especially quests regarding drops, because using idols made it easier to drop these things, so they will probably rebalance those. They will also change the experience curve, so it will probably be easier to reach level 200 without using idols, which I don't really think they should do. Because if you think about it, they already, like back in the days, going from level 199 to 200 would take just as much XP as it would cost you to go from level 1 to 199, I think. They already reduced that XP in half a couple of years ago, so it's already easier to reach level 200. And of course, using idols, it's just so quick. Like, people are getting level 200 in like an hour or less if they get like the right XP strategy. So I think even removing the idols, yes, it will turn back to like the older days where it will be definitely less quickly, but I don't think they should change the XP curve. They should not do it. Just keep it. I prefer it like the old days where people did not grind to level 200 in like a day. Like, of course it makes sense for people, like, when I give my opinion about these changes, I'm not just looking at what situation I am, because personally I'm at like 8 accounts with over 20 characters level 200. Personally, if I want another level 200 character and I don't want to spend like 50 mil on a class change potion, then I will want to level 1 very quickly, like in 1 day or something. Like, but that is because I already have the experience in the game. I already have all the classes level 200. I just want to add like another level 200 class. But the problem here is returning players and even new players, but new players a little bit less, but even returning players. They return after a couple of years. They haven't played. They missed a lot of updates. A lot of class changes. They don't know how these classes will be played these days, pretty much. What they do is they make a new character and immediately start leeching. The problem there is that they will be reaching level 200 in like a couple of days. They will have no kamas, they will have no gear, they have no game experience, and then they will result in quitting the game again, because they will complain about how hard it is to make kamas, how hard it is to progress in the game, that it's bored once you level 200. Like, that is the problem in the game. We don't need leeching. The only people who might need leeching are the people who already have like 20,000 different characters and they want one more. But they can do it even without the idols or experience curve being modified. I want Ankama to make the game worth playing from level 1 to level 200 without needing to leech. That is the only way to keep new players playing the game, because from what I've seen so far, every single returning player or like new player has quit the game too soon because they think it's too hard to progress. I made a video how to play Dofus in 2023. The main point that I discussed in that video is do not leech. Play the game at your level. Once you're like, let's say you're playing at level 30ish, just do some questing at that level. Do the dungeons at that level and progress slowly. You're gonna make kamas from achievements. Unless they're gonna change that, obviously, but so far you will be making kamas of those achievements. And obviously questing as well. You're gonna slowly progress through your gear. You don't need to rush anything. That's how this game is supposed to be played. They don't need to change the experience curve. They will also have a look at the existing systems like challenges or temporal anomalies, which they released recently, and also change some of the almanacs things. We'll go over the challenges soon as well, which will be later on in this Devblog. So here they say all content related to idols will be adapted or removed, interfaces, achievements, quests, idol recipes. So they will try to come up with an alternative for the idol achievements. Probably like the expeditions that we had last year. That was a good way to test different kind of idols. And At least I was pretty happy with the expeditions, and I'm pretty sad we haven't gotten a second edition from that yet. But basically what they did, you had 2 idols, and like there was a different list of dungeons that you could do. And you had 2 idols. One was making the fight a little bit easier and more fun, and the other one was making the fight a little bit difficult. And the expedition did not give us any achievement points. It was just an event for one time. And I don't think they will bring the expeditions back anytime, because they will just use the expeditions like the way they worked as a replacement for the idols. I think that's pretty much the only way, and probably also the easiest way for Ankama to replace the idol achievements without us losing all of the points. They will also change the quests that have idols, anything idol related in it. For example, the turquoise Dofus quest, which will be reviewed later. People who already completed those quests will not lose the achievement points they have won. So that's a good change. The artificial profession will not be changed. The idol recipes will be removed. I don't know where exactly, but somewhere they also mentioned they will have a look at the idol recipes. So for all the people who own idols. So for example, my completely Haven bag is full of idols. I'm not sure, but they will probably just give us back the materials it cost to craft those, I think. I hope so, at least, because that's gonna give me a lot of pebbles back. So here's a quick summary of the plans they have for the 2.68 update. So I think that will be the next update, so probably during June, July. It kind of depends on if they release a beta and for how long it will take. But basically they want to improve the challenge system. They will change the drop formula and rebalancing the drop rates for resources. They will also rebalance the resources obtained through achievements, and also change something about the anomaly appearances. But the anomalies are the purple zaps that you see across the map that will increase the area bonuses. So the challenges. So I'm gonna cut this part a little bit short, going quickly over it. So basically what they want to do, because of the idle changes, they want to like compensate that with the challenge changes. They are looking at the way to introduce like a kind of the Infinite Dream system to regular PvM. So the way it works in Infinite Dreams, you are at the floor, you basically enter the room, you can see your challenges, you can pretty much back out of the room, and you can use an Astral Storm, which will cost you 50 points, and you can change the challenges. This way you can like get more of the Infinite Dream points, or even XP if you do Infinite Dreams for XP. But you can basically change your challenges. So they want to do that for regular PvM as well. They are working on a system, I think it is like this. So basically when you enter a fight, you have like 2 random challenges selected, I think. And you can change the challenges and select which ones you want. I don't think they will make it like it where you can just pick any challenge. So for example, if I'm doing Nidus XP and I want, for example, only use spells challenge, or like only males can kill or only females can kill or don't lose HP, like I don't think you can choose any challenge. I think you have to choose between 2 different challenges and then pick those. But at least it's gonna give you more options than just the standard options that you're gonna get, especially because if you get like a challenge where you cannot lose HP and you're starting on a close combat map and the boss plays first, you are gonna lose HP. So the challenge is pretty much impossible. They're also gonna change that. They will make it less likely for those challenges to appear on impossible situations. So for example, on the Royal Gobble dungeon map, on the boss map, the challenge where you cannot lose HP is probably less likely to spawn on that map as well. But it is not impossible, but at least you can see you're gonna get that challenge before the fight starts, and you can choose to opt to add an initiative trophy, for example, which you could not do before. Another thing they will do is after you choose the challenges, you can then choose to get an XP bonus or a drop rate bonus. So you will not be benefiting from both anymore. You have to choose either one. They will also probably look at the challenges that are already existing in the game and change them, or like review them at least. And they will also be adding new challenges to the game, which I think, yeah, here are some examples. Favorism: if you heal a character, you won't be able to heal any other character for the duration of the fight. When a character kills an opponent, they must finish on the turn where the opponent was. Well, yeah, pretty much all opponents must finish off during the same overall turn. Like, it is fun to add more challenge. Like, the challenges that are in the game are pretty much the same since the start of the game, except for the Pandala changes, of course. Those have brought new challenges within. So yeah, other than that, I really like this new challenge changes where you can like pick challenges, pick whether you want an XP bonus or like a drop loot bonus. Personally, I would probably always pick XP unless I really need the drop rates. For example, if I'm trying the Paragon drop for Vulbis or any quest related drop, or when I'm just running dungeons for mats, which I usually don't do, but yet then I would probably pick drop rates. But yeah, you can choose your challenges in the preparation phase of the match. The preparation phase has already been extended as well, so you will have extra time to choose the challenges. I think only the player who initiates the fight has a choice over the challenges. I think the other ones can agree to that. You have more time to talk to each other if you're playing with randoms as well. So yeah, you can prepare more accordingly before the fight starts. So here you can see another example of the challenge selection. You can also see the experience bonus you will be getting. So for example, this is the last challenge they show here. Like, I don't know if this is an example which is poorly showcased or if it's actually gonna be like this, but for those of you who know, the first and last challenge where you have to kill an enemy first or last usually gives a very low percentage of a bonus. Very low, because these challenges are just so easy. Here they showcase 200%, while the zombie challenge only shows 60%. So it's a little bit weird, but maybe I hope the challenge bonus will be increased like a lot, so it's worth more doing the challenge. Because if you look at Nidus leeches, for example, and people using idols, like, challenges are good to do. But if it's a hard challenge, they just ignore it. They prefer to do quick fights and no challenge than to waste a lot of minutes to do a challenge that's not worth it. So yeah, that's it pretty much for the challenge changes. If you guys want to read more about this, I will link this devblog in the description of this video as well. So here they will do something about the drop formulas, probably have a look at the quest drops as well. And let's see. Okay, so here's an important section. A lot of people were asking about this. The achievement resources. So because of the changes that they are making in drop rates and all that kind of stuff, they also gonna look at the resources that are obtained through achievements. Now, for those of you who know, a lot of people, and I mean a lot, including me in the past, did achievement teams. Now, for those of you who don't know, achievement teams is basically very simple. People like me who already have multiple accounts all geared. What they do is we basically make 4 new accounts, some people even 6. We leech them to level 200 like in 1 day, maybe 2 days, because it's very easy to do. We level them. Keep in mind these are fresh accounts, and we put our gear, our equipment on those accounts, and we will grind all the dungeons. Like, it probably takes a couple of weeks, at least less than a month, to complete all of the dungeons that are at least worth doing. For example, me personally, I have a complete list of all of the bosses that are worth doing because the mats are high in price. People do that for a couple of weeks. They do all of the dungeons. They're gonna accept the achievements. They're gonna make like 200, 300 million worth in resources. They're gonna put everything back on their main accounts and they're gonna make a lot of kamas. Back in the days, it was even easier because like these days, achievements are shared across all your characters. So it's account based. So for example, if you're gonna make, let's say you have a level 200 character and you have 10,000 achievement points. If you're gonna make a new character on that same account, all of the achievements that you have completed on your main, you can still do them, but you will not be getting the rewards anymore. Back in the days you could, so people were leveling like new characters with ×4 XP, doing the achievements over and over, and they made a lot of kamas of that. Ankama did change that, but now people are just making new accounts all the time. So the problem with that is a lot of resources are being generated in the game through achievements and not through grinding dungeons. And especially when a new server is released, of course, because that's gonna bring a lot of resources through achievements as well. But they do mention that they know achievements are a significant role in the game, and they don't really want to like completely get rid of it, I think. Especially because I think it's gonna get a lot of backlash if they decide to remove resources from achievements completely. Then let's be honest, what's the point of doing achievements other than the number that's showing over here? Like you have a high number of achievements. Like there has to be some kind of reward, in my opinion. So I don't think it's good to completely remove them. I think maybe reduce it in half. So for now, all of the dungeon achievements gives like 10 mats of the main mat and then 1 of the single. Like they just get this to 5 maybe. Just keep it at 5 and see how the economy like changes. But yeah, as far as I know, especially dungeon keeper resources, which they could just reduce in half in my opinion. We're planning to reduce or even eliminate. So because they put eliminate in brackets, in my opinion, I think they're first prioritizing to reduce it and not eliminating it. In order to re-establish their value. Obviously, it will take a lot of time to impact the economy. Later stage is also possibly that recipes based on the Dungeon Keeper resources may be modified accordingly. A lot of people message me on Discord and on YouTube about the achievement teams, because obviously in the past I've posted about the achievement teams as well. A lot of people who are watching my channel from the beginning are probably like taking over the achievement teams right now and trying to make kamas. A lot of people are also panicking. They want to like complete a lot of achievements before this update comes out. But just have a look at this sentence. That's why we're planning to reduce. And then in between brackets or even eliminate the resource obtained from. So I think they're first gonna try to reduce it. They're not gonna eliminate it. It's in the first update. I think they're gonna like reduce it in half, probably make it 5 instead of 10. Then just have a look at what's gonna happen, and then maybe, just maybe, in the future one day they're gonna completely remove it. But it also depends on how the new challenge system works, because the problem is if they completely remove the resources from achievements, then the only way for people to get the boss mats is just to grind the dungeon. And since idols will be removed from the game, the only way to increase your drop rates is through challenges. And if that's not impacting enough, then the resource prices will skyrocket. It will be too expensive and new players will not be able to afford it. So I think they will not do that. I think they will just reduce it in half and that's done. So for all of you people who are afraid of this change, don't be afraid. I think it will all be fine. We'll just have to wait for the final confirmation. I think somewhere in the upcoming weeks, Ankama will come out with an update about when these changes will happen, if there's going to be a beta or anything like that. I assume there's going to be a beta, because that's going to give a lot of people a little bit more time to prepare for this update. For example, doing some achievements before the update comes out. So temporal anomalies, they're going to do some change about that. In conclusion, we're fully aware that this update will be bringing profound changes to the server economy dynamic, and also to the way you engage with the game and the way you level up. Even so, it will certainly take time for the full effects of these changes to be felt. The resource overgeneration issue that the game has been settled with for the past few years will likely take a while to dissipate. So that's true. Like, even if these changes will happen like tomorrow, it will take a lot of time for the economy to stabilize, because you guys maybe don't know, but I've seen some screenshots of people's banks. There are people who continuously grinding achievements teams. Their banks are stacked. Like, they could last for years with those mats pretty much. So also, since the Devblog came out, pretty much a lot of people are buying up the markets as well. So the resource prices have already gone up significantly. So we will just have to wait, because I think at the point of releasing the update, the resource prices might not even go up at all, because it's already going up from now on. So yeah, a lot of positive comments, to be honest, which is weird. Like, normally when Ankama posts an update, is really negative comments from most of the people. But I read a lot of positive comments, especially about the challenge changes. I'm hoping this is gonna be a good update. We will just have to wait on what they are gonna do with the idols, if they are gonna completely remove the system, or if they're gonna be a replacement, for example, with the expeditions. I hope so, because personally I don't want to lose my achievement progress, so I hope it's gonna just be replaced, but we will just see about that. A good thing, I want to add, currently the maximum amount of achievement points is 23,000 achievement points. Normally a new ornament is added for every 2,000, but there is no ornament for 22,000, even though the maximum is 23 already. I think Ankama knew about this change last year already. They decided not to add a 22,000 achievement ornament yet, because I think they're gonna completely remove idols and also the achievement with it, and not bring a replacement. Because if you think about it, if the maximum achievement points is 23,000 right now, and if they completely remove idol achievements, that will bring the maximum down to under 22,000. So that will make a lot of sense why they didn't add a 22k ornament. So I think they will try to replace them. I think they will not have enough time to do so. I think when the update comes out, I think we will lose our achievement points. So personally, I don't think it's worth even doing a 200 idol score achievements before the update, because it's gonna get removed anyways. But I think later on they will just bring new achievements with a new sort of idol, like the expeditions, and we will have to do all of the dungeons over again. I don't know if that's completely true. I hope not. I hope we will keep our points, but I think that's gonna be what they will be doing. So we will just have to wait for the next update that they will be bringing to us. And like I said, I expect somewhere during the summer, June, July, this update will happen. I think it's gonna be the next update. So hopefully there's gonna be a beta, so we can try out these changes. But yeah, we will just have to wait. Again, for you guys, please hit me up with a follow on my Twitter. I will be posting updates on there regularly. I can also post updates about the Dofus server status, all that kind of stuff, my in-game progress, when a new update comes out, when a new video is out. And yeah, so like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to discuss regarding this topic, comment below and we will have a good discussion about this update. Let me know if you like this update. Let me know if you are excited for it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and bye.